Howdy folks, and welcome to another Taste of Gameplay video, this time for the Dutch Tier 3 Tech Tree Cruiser, the Java. As always, these videos are designed to give you a sample of the gameplay of the ship, not to be an exhaustive analysis. I recommend the Wargaming Wiki or other content creators. So, the Java. The Java is one tier short of the De Ruyter that we just played a couple of days ago. The Java is a ship that came a little bit later in WoW's history because the Dutch line came a little bit later. And it is just a classic shooty, bang, bang, rock, paper, scissors cruiser. Nothing fancy, not even any torpedoes, no smoke, no hydro, no nothing except 10 150 millimeter HE and AP guns that have a reasonable reload considering how many of them you have in fixed mounts. So you can usually only get a maximum of 7 and often only 6 to fire at once. But yeah, this is just classic World of Warships. Rock, paper, scissors definitely alive at this tier. You will do a lot of damage to destroyers. You'll do pretty good damage to cruisers. You'll have a hard time with battleships unless you know where to aim. You will get absolutely wrecked by any battleship shots that can hit your citadel because it's very big and very obvious. But you're reasonably maneuverable. You have pretty good top speed of 31.5 knots. And certainly against bots, you will absolutely wreck some folks. And even against players, especially in destroyers, they're going to have a hard time because your concealment isn't bad. I think it's 9.3. Your dispersion is very good, and you just get a lot of guns, and they do full damage to destroyers. The range is fine, but unremarkable. But again, I mean, you're designed to hunt destroyers and then to some extent do damage to other cruisers. I took top grade gunner on this ship instead of concealment because I only have a 10-point captain. And I just figured, what in the world is the point of concealment? Like, again, as I've said many times at these tiers, there's no need to be concealed. So I just wanted to do maximum damage. Just keep those guns shooting at targets you can actually hit and do damage to, and that's it. That's tier 3. Don't get torped, don't get rammed, just keep shooting and make sure that you can do damage. I really wanted to try the AP, but I just didn't get a great opportunity. I'll get a couple shots in late in the game, but you really only want to use AP. I mean, this is true in general, but especially at these tiers, it's pretty much for very specific situations when you have certain kinds of cruisers at very close range and pretty broadside. And then, yes, you can absolutely wreck people, but that's about it. So this is, in many ways, a great training ship. Like, if you wanted to learn how to play tier 3, especially as a cruiser, I mean, this would be a good one to do. You see, I shot 7 shells into the bow of this battleship and I did 0 damage. So, you know, that's the traditional World of Warships way, right? I mean, that's what armor is supposed to be there for. You can damage a battleship in a cruiser like this. You just pretty much have to shoot at the superstructure. Some battleships have less armor than others. Some battleships you'll be able to pen at their bow or stern, but the ones that are well armored, like the Gango or that ship, the Niaz Suvorov, I believe is how you might pronounce that. But yeah, they just have too much armor for you. You'll see my traditional tactic of defending the base. I tell you, it works every time. And see, now we're in a position where there's all these bots in the enemy base, and they're not getting any points. And we are getting points. Yeah, this is not my preferred way to play tier 3. I really enjoy battleships at these lower tiers, and when I'm not playing battleships, I like to play destroyers, and I just run around and torp things. This cruiser gameplay at these lower tiers, I don't know, it's fine. I think if you wanted to play a tier 3 cruiser, the Java's not a bad choice, actually. But it's just maybe a little dull. I mean, again, your goal really is to just keep shooting at soft targets. Just make sure the guns are always running. That's why I took top grade gunner. You know, against players that know what they're doing, they can creep up on you, especially in a battleship. I mean, that's supposed to be your nemesis, and it is in the hands of a good player. They can citadel you. I mean, they can dev strike you easily in a quality battleship, especially at shorter ranges, or even at longer ranges if they get lucky. But certainly bots are not going to do that. Yeah, we're going to do well in this game. I think we'll get 2 kills and something around 45k damage, which is perfectly fine. But I can do a lot more damage than that in like a Mikasa or a V25. Oh, those are 2-2. Like a Koenig Albert or a G101. Yeah, I can absolutely do a lot more damage than that. Have a lot more battle impact. But yeah, again, I mean, no, that's not the fault of the Java. Java is a pretty good ship as a tier 3 cruiser. Nothing special. The fixed gun emplacements are really interesting just as a mechanic in the game. They get rid of that at the higher tiers. But this ship has 10 guns, and if you spin in a circle, you can actually get all 10 guns to fire. It's not worth it, but it does come in handy once in a while when you have somebody creep up on you. It basically means that there's 3 guns always pointed towards whatever angle you want. I can immediately spin around to the other side, and I do not have to wait for these guns to rotate because they're just permanently pointed that direction. And that does come in handy once in a while. I kind of wish there were more ships at tier 10 that had that. Anyway, yeah, it's interesting. I'm completely citadeling that cruiser with my HE. I guess 25 millimeters of pen is enough to citadel Caledon. It's really interesting. Yeah, so that's a Java. Good ship. Actually, you know, I think for its tier, fun. And yeah, just lots of shooty bang bang. Lots of damage. And yeah, we didn't even have to sink that other player. So there you go. If you want to play tier 3 cruisers, I recommend picking up the Java. You'll have fun with it. It won't be a slog. And that, I think, is going to do it for this one and my 831 of experience. I will see you guys in the next video.